This isn't just restoration, this is a battle against catastrophic material failure. What you're about to witness is a masterclass in reverse engineering and structural rebirth. Most engineers would condemn this to the scrapyard, deeming it structurally unsound. But a critical technique, revealed later, will make the impossible possible. The challenge isn't just to rebuild it, but to make it stronger than the day it was forged. Pay close attention. The process begins with a careful autopsy. Each component is a prisoner of advanced corrosion. He isn't just disassembling, he's mapping the failure points of the entire structure. Decades of neglect have fused metal parts together. Every bolt poses a unique extraction challenge. The wiring harness is compromised. A full electrical analysis will be required to prevent a critical failure. Even the exhaust system has suffered from internal and external oxidation, compromising its integrity. Pneumatic tools are used to overcome the torque of seized bolts. A careful application of force to drive chain is a perfect example of tensile failure, stretched and weakened by years of stress and rust. Each part removed is a small victory in this deconstruction phase. When leverage fails, percussive maintenance is the last resort. Vibrations are used to break the bonds of rust. Freeing the engine, the heart of the machine, is a major milestone in the teardown. Isolated and exposed, the engine's true condition can now be properly assessed. The focus shifts to the front assembly. Every component here is critical for vehicle stability. The systematic approach continues, ensuring no part is damaged during removal. Again, controlled impact is necessary. This requires a deep understanding of material tolerances. This single, stubborn axle bolt represents the immense challenge of this entire project. With the machine fully dismantled, the true extent of the decay is laid bare. The frame, the skeleton of the motorcycle, is tested for structural integrity. The goal is to strip it down to its raw form, exposing hidden cracks or weaknesses. Piece by piece, the original chassis is carefully separated. Even the smallest components, like the speedometer housing, must be salvaged and assessed. The handlebars, a key point of rider control, are stripped of all attachments. The headlight assembly is removed. Notice the state of the surrounding metal, riddled with corrosion. The front forks, critical for suspension and steering, are now being dismantled. The wheels are separated from the suspension, completing the full disassembly. Even the fenders, though not structural, are heavily damaged and require significant work. The complex internals of the front fork assembly are carefully taken apart. Some components are so fused by rust that they require specialized techniques to separate. Now begins the painstaking process of reclamation, removing the corrosion to find the sound metal beneath. This is a slow, methodical process, as removing too much material would weaken the part. The bare frame is all that remains, a blank canvas for an engineering rebirth. Abrasive blasting begins. This is not cleaning. It's surface preparation on a metallurgical level. With the rust removed, a thorough inspection for microfractures and stress points is conducted. Weak points in the frame are identified. They will need to be reinforced or entirely rebuilt. New sections are being fabricated. This is where precision machining becomes absolutely critical. Here is the key technique: welding new, stronger steel into the original, weakened frame. The new weld is ground smooth, not for aesthetics, but to eliminate stress risers in the joint. Using a manual pipe bender, new structural elements are cold formed to match the original design specifications. The fully stripped and repaired frame is ready for the next stage, structural reassembly. Here, art meets metallurgy. The goal is to create a weld that is stronger than the parent metals. Each pass of the welding torch fuses the old with the new, creating a single, unified structure. Post-weld grinding ensures a seamless transition, distributing future loads evenly across the frame. Fine-tuning with a hammer. This isn't brute force. It's a precise method of stress-relieving the metal. More welding reinforces critical joints, ensuring the final chassis can handle modern stresses. The final grinding and smoothing stage. Every surface must be perfect before coating. Small, custom-fabricated brackets are meticulously integrated into the main frame. This level of detail is what separates a simple repair from a true restoration. A final quality control check of the welds and alignment measurement must be exact. Final surface finishing prepares the metal for its protective coating. The focus now shifts to the fuel tank. As a pressure vessel, its integrity is paramount. Welding a fuel tank is extremely hazardous. It must be thoroughly purged of all flammable vapors. The slightest imperfection in these welds could lead to a dangerous leak. The repaired tank is inspected. It must be completely sealed and structurally sound. The surface is now prepared for cosmetic finishing. But the underlying structural work is what truly matters. A masterpiece of metal fabrication brought back from the brink of decay. The next phase is about creating a flawless surface. This begins with treating the deepest imperfections. A high-grade body filler is applied. This isn't just cosmetic. It seals the surface against moisture intrusion. The filler is skillfully shaped to match the tank's original, complex curvature, precision. Wet sanding, the water acts as a lubricant and carries away material, creating a glass-smooth finish. The process is repeated across the entire surface, addressing every dent and scratch. This painstaking surface preparation is the foundation for a durable and beautiful paint job. A power sander is now used for the final shaping, ensuring a perfectly uniform surface. The amount of material removed is minute, measured in microns. The result is a surface that is aerodynamically and aesthetically perfect, ready for primer. Attention turns to other components. The exhaust pipe is reshaped to its original specifications. Any damaged sections are carefully cut away to be replaced with new material. The wheel restoration begins with removing the old, perished tire from the rim. Specialized levers are used to carefully pry the tire off without damaging the metal rim. This process requires technique and strength, separating two materials bonded by time. The old tire is inspected for wear patterns, offering clues about past alignment issues. The rim itself is stripped down to bare metal, removing all paint, rust, and grime. This ensures the new paint will have a perfect and durable bond with the metal surface. The science of coating begins. A two-part automotive paint is precisely mixed for color and hardness. In a controlled environment, the primer and base coat are applied. The first layer of protection. The spray gun atomizes the paint into a fine mist, ensuring an even and consistent thickness. Here, a vibrant base coat is applied to the main frame. This is a multi-layer coating system. The fuel tank receives its color. Each pass must be uniform to avoid runs or imperfections. The wheel rims are given a durable, metallic silver finish, designed to resist chipping and brake dust. Between coats, the surface is wet sanded again. This removes any orange peel for a mirror finish. Now, the accent color, a brilliant red, is applied, creating the motorcycle's unique identity. The tank's final color coat is laid down with precision, a testament to the painter's skill. Different parts receive different colors, all part of a carefully planned design scheme. The final clear coat will be applied over these colors, providing UV protection and a deep gloss. The wheels receive a striking gold finish, a classic touch for a vintage machine. Even the brake components are coated, not just for looks, but for corrosion resistance. The branding is applied. The final decal must be positioned perfectly before the clear coat seals it in. After painting, a thorough cleaning of the equipment is essential to maintain its precision. Any leftover residue could ruin the next job. Professionalism is in the details. The final assembly begins. A new tire inner tube is carefully fitted to the freshly painted rim. This is a delicate process, as pinching the tube could cause a slow leak. The tire bead is lubricated to help it slide over the rim without damage. Using specialized tools, the tire is methodically worked onto the rim. This combines leverage with a careful touch to protect the tube and the rim's finish. The final section of the tire is seated into place, completing the wheel assembly. A perfectly restored wheel, a fusion of new materials and reclaimed components. Now, from 1,000 restored pieces, A machine must be born again, the great reassembly. New wheel bearings are installed. The tolerances here are microscopic. Any play would be a major safety issue. The bearings are carefully pressed into the hub. The force must be applied perfectly evenly. Each tap is a calculated blow, seating the component without causing shock damage. A final check of the bearing seating, it must be perfectly flush with the hub. The rotation is tested, it must be completely silent and free of any resistance or vibration. The reborn frame, now a beacon of color and strength, becomes the center of the operation. The first components are torqued to specification. This is where the structure takes shape. Brand new OEM parts are unpackaged, where restoration is not possible. New engineering is sourced. The front fork assembly, now fully restored, is integrated into the headstock of the frame. The alignment here is critical. It will define the entire geometry of the motorcycle. A rubber mallet is used to seat the components without marring the fresh paint finish. The instrument cluster is attached, the rider's vital link to the machine's status. The complex nervous system of the bike, the wiring, is carefully prepared for installation. Each connection is critical. A single poor contact could disable the entire motorcycle. The handlebars are mounted. Every control must be positioned for optimal ergonomics and safety. This methodical process ensures nothing is missed. A checklist is likely being followed. The wiring harness is painstakingly routed through the frame, connecting everything. The puzzle is coming together. What was once chaos is now becoming ordered complexity. A final check of the front end assembly. Control, suspension, and instrumentation are now one. The headlight is torqued into place, its restored chrome gleaming under the workshop lights. The front fender is mounted, the clearance between it and the tire must be exact. The vibrant red chassis waits for its rear components. Its new paint job protected at all costs. The rear suspension is installed. These shocks will manage immense forces to keep the ride stable. The kickstand is attached, a small part, but its failure could mean damage to the entire bike. The golden rear wheel is mounted. The chain alignment will be checked and rechecked for perfect power delivery. Brake systems are now installed. There is zero room for error in this critical safety system. New turn signal indicators are prepared. Modern safety components for a classic machine. They are carefully wired into the new harness, ensuring visibility on the road. An old, corroded battery, this will be discarded and replaced with a modern, reliable power source. The new battery is installed, powering the reborn electrical system. The custom seat is fitted, one of the final, major components of the main body. Small details, like hand grips, are now added, completing the rider interface. The machine is now ready for its lifeblood, but first, the heart must be rebuilt. The original engine is pressure washed, removing decades of grime before the deep dive. The clean engine block is ready for a full mechanical teardown and analysis. The carburetor, the delicate component that mixes air and fuel, is the first to be removed. The engine casing is opened, revealing the complex world of gears, clutches, and pistons within. Each subassembly is carefully extracted in a precise order. Specialized tools are needed to disassemble the tightly packed internal mechanics. We now enter the heart of the engine, the cylinder head. This is where combustion happens. The valves, which control the flow of air and exhaust, are carefully extracted from the head. Valve springs are removed. Their tension is a key factor in engine performance and must be tested. Every single component, down to the smallest pin, is removed for inspection and cleaning. The empty cylinder head, the carbon buildup in the ports, tells a story of the engine's past life. The teardown continues deeper into the engine block, exposing the transmission gears. This process reveals the internal state of the engine. Are the gears worn? Are the bearings shot? The stator is removed. This component generates the electrical power for the entire motorcycle. This meticulous process is like open heart surgery on a complex mechanical patient. Every shaft and gear is accounted for. The reassembly must be perfect. The level of complexity inside a compact motorcycle engine is remarkable. The old engine oil is drained, its color and viscosity provide more clues to the engine's health. Reassembly begins. The gearbox shafts are the first to be reinstalled into the casing. Every internal surface is degreased and cleaned to ensure proper heat transfer and operation. This is a deep chemical clean, removing any sludge or metal particles. The main engine casings are submerged and scrubbed. No impurity can remain. The valve train components are cleaned with equal care. Carbon buildup can severely impact performance. A bath of specialized solvent dissolves the toughest grease and carbon deposits. After cleaning, the cylinder head is polished. This isn't for looks, it improves airflow. All restored engine parts are now laid out, clean, inspected, and ready for their new life. Final polishing of the engine cases, a smooth surface. Not only looks good but is also easier to keep clean. The collection of renewed parts, it's a testament to the potential locked away inside old machinery. The mirror finish on these components reflects the high standard of this engineering project. From hundreds of individual pieces, a high-performance engine will be reconstructed. The cleaning process is relentless. The carburetors, tiny jets and passages are cleared of any obstruction. This ensures a precise air-fuel mixture, which is critical for engine efficiency and power. The cylinder itself is honed and cleaned, ensuring the piston rings will form a perfect seal. The carburetor is completely disassembled. Every jet, needle, and gasket is inspected. A tiny wire is used to clear microscopic passages. This is precision work of the highest order. A final rinse removes any remaining solvent, leaving the parts chemically clean. Engine reassembly. The two halves of the crankcase are joined, sealing the gearbox inside. The assembled engine block receives a coat of high-temperature paint for protection and aesthetics. A look inside the complex transmission. Each gear is a masterpiece of mechanical engineering. New gaskets are used throughout. This is the only way to guarantee a leak-free engine. The case bolts are tightened in a specific sequence to ensure the pressure is distributed evenly. The clutch assembly is reinstalled, the mechanism that transfers power from the engine to the wheels. Each part fits with the satisfying precision of well-engineered machinery. This is the final stage of the engine build, the culmination of countless hours of detailed work. The kickstart mechanism is installed, one of the last pieces of the complex engine puzzle. The fully rebuilt engine, a fusion of restored original parts and new, high-performance components. The clutch plates are installed. The friction material on these plates is critical for smooth gear changes. The clutch basket is secure, and the springs are installed to provide the correct clamping force. An impact driver ensures each bolt is torqued to the exact specification, preventing vibration loosening. The polished engine cover is fitted, with a new gasket creating the final seal. The cylinder gasket is laid in place, ready for the top end of the engine. The cylinder head, with its new valves and polished ports, is ready to be installed. The restored stator and flywheel are fitted, the heart of the electrical system. With another new gasket and polished cover, the engine assembly is nearly complete. The valve seats are ground to create a perfect seal. Any leak here would mean a loss of compression. The valve clearances are set. This tiny gap is one of the most critical adjustments in the entire engine. The head is finally bolted to the cylinder, sealing the combustion chamber. The moment of reunion, the rebuilt heart is carefully maneuvered back into the reborn frame. The engine mounting bolts are secured, making the engine a stressed member of the chassis. The custom exhaust is fitted, tuned for both performance and a specific acoustic note. Every ancillary component is now reconnected, from fuel lines to control cables. The rebuilt carburetor and air filter are installed, the lungs of the machine. The final wiring connections are made, bringing the machine to life. The final pieces of the exhaust system are painstakingly attached and aligned. A final review of every nut, bolt, and connection. This is the pre-flight check. to finished masterpiece, a perfect synthesis of classic design and modern engineering. The lifeblood is added, specialized engine oil, designed for the high tolerances of this new build. The final drive chain is adjusted, the tension must be perfect for efficient power transfer and safety. Every single setting is calibrated to the highest possible standard, nothing is left to chance. The work is done, the engineering is complete. Now, only one test remains. From a pile of rust, a work of art has emerged, a testament to skill, patience, and vision. The first startup will the hundreds of components, old and new, work in perfect harmony. This is the moment of truth, the culmination of an immense and challenging journey. To first try, the ultimate validation of the science, the engineering, and the artistry. Success, a piece of history, saved from oblivion, and engineered for a new century. More than a machine, it's a rolling sculpture, a monument to what is possible. A very special thank you to the owner of the YouTube channel Restoration Mechanic for creating this wonderful video and allowing me to comment. If you enjoyed this narrative, please visit and support their channel at the link in the description below.